When you read historical defenses of Sola Scriptura, they almost always use sources from after the Council of Nicaea. In my debate with James White, I asked him to provide sources for fathers who defended Sola Scriptura from the first 300 years of the church's history, and he didn't seem very eager to do that.
You're agreeing, the time of the apostles, divine revelation is written and unwritten, and then in the future it becomes written only.
Yes.
Okay, was there any Christian in the early church who said that that happened and it was confined to the written word only?
They weren't even discussing it.
I'll take anybody.
The vast majority. Well, I can give you all sorts of, depending on how you want to deal
Let's
with.
go up to the Council of Nicaea.
Why aren't we only up to the Council of Nicaea?
I'll give you 300 years. It's a long time.
Yes, there's all sorts of passages I can give you. We can give you Athanasius, we can give you Augustine, all things like that. But you're dealing with a period of time before the canon is fully known within the church.
The closest I've seen Protestant apologists come to providing evidence from this era comes from St. Irenaeus, who said, "We have learned from none others the plan of our salvation than from those through whom the gospel has come down to us, which they did at once time proclaim in public, and at a later period, by the will of God, handed down to us in the Scriptures, to be the ground and pillar of our faith." But in this passage, Irenaeus is saying the Gnostic heretics are wrong when they claim that the apostles lacked perfect power and that they didn't have the true gospel. They had the gospel, and the Gnostics contradict it, which can be seen in the gospels that have been handed on. Irenaeus writes just after this passage, "These, the gospels, have all declared to us that there is one God, creator of heaven and earth, announced by the law and the prophets, and one Christ, the Son of God. If anyone do not agree to these truths, he despises the companions of the Lord." However, Irenaeus doesn't say that the faith itself is confined or only found in the apostles' written word alone, or that this written word is sufficient for believers. In fact, Irenaeus wrote the following: "Suppose there arise a dispute relative to some important question among us. Should we not have recourses to the most ancient churches with which the apostles held constant intercourse, and learn from them what is certain and clear in regard to the present question? For how should it be if the apostles themselves had not left us writings? Would it not be necessary, in that case, to follow the course of the tradition which they handed down to those to whom they did commit the churches?" So Irenaeus does say that revelation comes to us in Scripture, but not Scripture alone. And the absence of pre-Nicene fathers in these historical defenses of Sola Scriptura isn't surprising. This explains why these earliest church fathers almost never cited the New Testament as Scripture, or even as an authoritative source.